So let's talk about press releases. If you've been asking yourself, how much does it cost to distribute a press release? You're about to get a real answer. An actual breakdown of what press release distribution service costs looks like in 2026, which platforms are worth your money, and what most people get wrong before they even hit send. Here's a short answer. Press release distribution typically costs between $99 and $2,500 per release, depending on the platform, distribution tier, and whether you're going local, regional, or national. If you're using a full-service agency that writes and distributes the release, add another $500 to $1,000 and press release writing agency fees. So let's now really talk about distribution, local, regional, and national. Before we talk platforms, you need to understand how press release distribution packages are typically structured. Almost every major service sells by reach and tier. For local state distribution, that is typically $99 to $299 per release. Regional distribution is typically $300 to $699. That has a broader geographic reach, regional, business journals, and metro dailies. National distribution, that is anywhere from $800 to $2,500. And that will go into a major wire pickup, national outlets, the Associated Press, and Google News indexing. Most companies overestimate how much national press release distribution pricing they actually will need. And unless you have a genuine national story, a regional package will often further you with better targeting and be a better strategic move for you. Now let's talk about the best press release distribution services on the market right now and what separates them. So there's the PR Newswire, and that is through Cision. It's the most widely used. It has the strongest syndication network. National packages start around $800 to $1,400. Add-ons can push well past $2,000, and it oftentimes is dependent upon word count of the news release. The Business Wire, which is through Berkshire Hathaway, is preferred by financial and enterprise companies. Similar pricing to PR Newswire, but it does also have strong SEC regulatory filing integration. Now here's the question we get a lot. AP Newswire versus PR Newswire. Which one is better? The honest answer is AP doesn't sell distribution directly to companies the way a PR Newswire does. When people say they want the AP or the Associated Press Newswire distribution service, they usually mean they want their news release picked up by AP, which happens when the story is newsworthy, not when you pay more. The Global Newswire is strong for investor relations and finance competitive pricing. That does have a good international reach. EIN Presswire, PR Log, and Newswire.com are budget-friendly options, anywhere from $49 to $299. These are good for SEO and smaller regional plays, and it has a lighter editorial syndication. AccessWire, it's a growing alternative to hit the big two. It has a transparent flat rate pricing, and it's strong for mid-market companies. The platform you choose should match your goal. So if you need financial disclosure or investor-grade distribution, you'll want to do the Business Wire or Global Newswire. If you want broad media pickup and SEO value, the PR Newswire is great. If you're watching budget, AccessWire or EIN gives you a solid press release distribution without the enterprise price tag. So one thing a lot of people miss when they're calculating the total cost of a press release writing agency fees are a separate line item from distribution. If you're hiring someone to write the release for you, that's typically anywhere from $300 to $1,500, depending upon the complexity and who's writing it. Now, there are different options that you can proceed with when you hire someone to write a news release for you. You could hire a freelance PR writer They charge anywhere from $300 to $800 per release. It's good for straightforward news, product launches, and executive announcements. PR agency writing is $750 to $2,000. That will include strategy, messaging alignment, and approval rounds. In-house or DIY, it's free but time-intensive, best when you have a communications team already in place. Here's the thing about writing your own distribution platform. It really doesn't, like the news wire distribution channels, they don't care how good your release is, but journalists do. A poorly written release sent through an expensive press release distribution service still won't get picked up. Writing quality is where the ROI lives. So really, let's talk about what will it take to get your news release picked up. Press release distribution gets your release in front of journalists. It does not guarantee coverage. The single biggest factor in whether a journalist opens your release is whether the story is actually newsworthy. And how to know if it's newsworthy is, does your news release have a genuine news hook? Are you talking about funding, launching a new product, partnership data? Is it a controversial topic? Is it a headline that leads with the news, not the company name? Is it a quote that sounds like a human said it, not a committee approved it? And timing, right? Tuesday and Thursday morning releases outperform Friday and Monday. No national press release distribution pricing will save a release that doesn't have a story. Spend as much time on the angle as you do the platform. How to budget for press release services. So how do you put together a realistic budget for press release distribution service cost? Start by answering 3 questions. How often are you sending releases? What's your geographic target? And how do you need writing support or just distribution? There are some scenarios though that I want to walk you through. For a one-time product launch that's national, you're looking at anywhere from $1,200 to $2,500. All in, and that includes writing and national distribution. Monthly releases are regional, and that's anywhere from $400 to $800 per month on distribution packages, cheaper per release. Ask your agency what's included. Most platforms offer press release distribution packages that discount per release cost when you buy in volume. If you're planning more than 4 releases in a year, a bundle almost always makes sense from a financial perspective than paying a la carte. Whether you're figuring out press release distribution costs for the first time or you're tired of paying for a distribution that doesn't move the needle, we offer free consultations where we'll look at your goals, your story, and which press release distribution strategy actually makes sense in your situation. The link is in the description. And subscribe, because next we're covering how to write a press release that journalists actually read, what crisis PR really costs, and how to build a full earned media strategy from scratch.